Hi, it's Jez from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me today. So I've got these beautiful papers. These are by Rach and Bella Crafts, and it is Whispers of the Manor. I believe I've got that right. I'll link it all down below. So I'm part of the collaboration. Hashtag Best of Brits, JJ. So we're all in the UK in this collaboration, and we're buddied up, and we are choosing a project from our buddy, who's also a UK based YouTuber, and yeah, we're picking one of their projects and we're doing it. And yeah, so I actually made a boo-boo. I thought I was buddied with somebody else. So there is another video coming out in the future where I say I'm buddied with this person and I'm not. But anyway, all the links and everything are there, so you can go check her out. It's a lovely channel, so you should anyway. But anyway, so I had to do a quick rethink. This is the page I'm using today. Had to use a quick rethink. So I am buddied with Kirsten from Adventure in Craft and Art. And I had a little look at her channel, and she made these lovely little specimen slides, and it's got a little cheeky pocket in the top there, so I made a little tag. So I just did this one to practice with a little scrap of paper. I'm going to make this next one a little bit bigger, but that is so cute, I think, and it's just the right size for a little mini journal that I'm making. I'm not sure if you've seen the flip through of this yet. I can't remember my timings, but that'll be perfect in there. Well, it won't go in that one, that's finished, but the one that I've then made from scratch for the video, it will go lovely in. So here we are. So what I'm gonna do is this was like 2 inches wide. I think I might do it 2.5 inches wide. So I'm gonna cut this down at 5 inches, I think. There we go. So this paper is printed on 120 GSM. So it's not that thick. Kirsten's one, she backed her paper. So it was thicker, but it works out all right, because by the time you've layered stuff on it, it's actually okay. So now how tall shall I do it? This one is like 3 inches. I might go, shall I go 4 inches tall? About that tall? Yeah, maybe I'll go 4.5. 4.5 by 2.5. That's what I'm thinking. And then I'm just going to fold it in half, and then we'll decide if actually that is what I want. Yeah, that seems like a good size to me. So let's just fold that over with a good burnish. Right, happy with that. Does appear to be not quite straight at the top there, so I'll just rectify that. That'll be right now. Yeah, happy with that. I rounded all the corners, as you can see, so we'll do that again. There we go. Nice little look there. And then got to decide. I think I'm going to make this the front and that the back. And the back I'm going to put a bit of paper on the back for journaling. So this is 2.5 inches wide. So I'm thinking this is new punch 2 7/8, which I think, yeah, I think that'll be a good size. The other option is 2-inch, just slightly bigger. No, I'm going to go for the 2 7/8. I am going for what I thought. Now, as it's only 120 GSM, sometimes punches don't like thinner paper, so I'm going to use this bit of book page to give it a little bit of oomph behind it, so that it will punch a bit better. So I'm going to just put my glasses down on my eyes and sort of eyeballing. So about there. That's pretty good, that, Jez. Pretty good. So we're making a specimen slide. So liking that. I'll put you away now. So I've got a nice little circle there that I can use for something else. So I'll just put that to one side. Could use a book page circle as well. So there's that. Right, let's do some inking now. So I want the inside of the circle inked. I just love these pages. There is ephemera pages, so there's like pockets and tags and envelopes and all sorts. But I just chose to go for sort of background papers and some of the collage sheets. I had no idea when I printed off what I was going to make for either of my projects. So I did another project earlier in the collaboration, but I just went with, I thought I'm going to go with printing the pages that I like, because that will inspire me, and then when I watch my partner's channel, I'll know what papers I've got, and it will then help me choose what project I'm going to do. That was the idea. So I want a little divot in the top there, because we're going to build in a pocket there. So got a little 3/4 of an inch circle punch. Go back there. So go down there, and then we need to go along the back there, because you're going to see that when that's out down. Yeah, cooking on gas, liking that so far. So I want a bit of window sheet. I cut out packaging that's got, I've got a smaller bit. You know, whenever I get a box or whatever that has this sort of acetate's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, I just keep it, and then I put it in that little sort of envelope thing, and then I don't have to buy acetate, because you can buy it, but you know, why buy it when you can get it for free? There we go. I want you to come in a bit. And down a bit. Yeah. That's where I want you to be. Oh. Trouble with this acetate is you can't then, you know, you get bits of it everywhere and then you can't see it. So we got that. And then we want a leaf. So that is a real leaf. So before I stick that down, I'm gonna going to get my leaves. So these are leaves that I dried myself, and then I'm going to pick what I want to go in there. Quite like you, because I like that colour going with that bit down the side there. Go with that one. Or do I want green? Rock now. Or do I want a bit of green? I could do green. I could layer it up, Jez. Could layer it up, Jez. I know, I just said that. So that I've got two. Quite like you. I got two. I quite like you. And then there's this little pinky feather. Feather? Leaf? Petal? I think you show up better on the green. So maybe I'll layer it. I'm not sure what's in my flower press now, because last year I wasn't really thinking about collecting leaves last year. So like that. And that kind of goes with all that. Yeah, we'll do that. So I don't know what's in my flower press, and I have in my walks I have sort of thought about picking up some leaves, but they've been quite wet, so I haven't done. Yeah, there are, because it's like autumn, there are some really pretty leaves floating about. And yeah, so I did think about getting some on my travels. I'm walking. I mean, I walk like 3 miles a day. That is the goal I've sort of set myself, and it's kind of like an hour, and it's, you know, kind of a nice way to spend an hour. It's nice to get out in the fresh air. I mean, it was beautiful and we had lovely weather. Still managed a bit of sunshine today. And it's a time I listen to audiobooks. I've been listening to a grief coach podcast. There's somebody else I've been listening to who's talking about their journey of grief, and so that's sort of quite therapeutic. And today I actually listened to music. Now, I have avoided music. Anybody new to my channel, I lost my husband earlier this year to cancer, and I nursed him at home for the last 3 months of his life, and the previous 9 months it was, you know, taking him to hospital for chemo and stuff. But in between we went away a lot and enjoyed what time we had, and yeah, I love it. And yeah, so I found music really difficult, really triggering, heartbreaking, made me cry. And anyway, this grief coach sort of went, listen to the music, let it out. Grief's important, let out those emotions. So today, for the first time in 7 months, I listened to music on my phone, and yeah, I cried, and but it was okay. I didn't end up in a heap. I didn't so going around the edge of this as well as around that circle, and then everything's covered. I didn't you know, didn't collapse. I was still able to walk, and actually it felt really quite cathartic to let out these emotions. I mean, music's really emotive, and some of the words of the songs, I was like shuffling my playlist. Well, not playlist, just everything I had. And yeah, and you know, there's a few Ed Sheeran songs that come on that, you know, are very emotive. And I mean, Supermarket Flowers, good grief. You know, that was, you know, exactly describing. I think that was like somebody dying in a hospice, but it was exactly what it was like in my lounge, which was like a room in a hospice. And yeah, but it was actually okay. And you know, and I didn't mind that I was walking along and that people might have seen me crying. It, you know, I was walking through a graveyard. I do like walking through our graveyard. It's a beautiful graveyard, and it was one of our favourite walks that we used to do in lockdown. So, you know, it is it was a good place to walk. Yeah, so walking around a graveyard crying is like kind of to be expected. Right, I'm going to just glue round here, because that's going to be a pocket, and I can't go below this because whatever I put in it would get stuck on that. So I'm going across here and up here. For my pocket bit. Yeah, and then I came home, and then I discovered I'd buddied up with the wrong person. But never mind. I like the project I made. I really enjoyed making it, so it's absolutely fine. So like I said to Rach, I went, I've now got a video for another occasion, you know, no harm done. So yeah, what a plonker. So it's me bereavement brain, grief brain. It's a real thing, and I certainly got it. So yeah, there we go. I just stick that there. And just want to go up the sides, along there, and our little pocket. There we go. So how cool's that? I just love this paper. It's just so pretty. So pretty. There we go. So I'm gonna cover the back with a bit of tea stain paper, which I should have tea stain paper, just you're not really big enough, are you? No, really not. Or I could just, no, I like that. Right, come on, Jezebel. No. There we are. You'll do. You'll do. Love you. I mean, this bit's unnecessary. You could leave it like that if you wanted to. I know Roxy Creations, she often says, oh, we'll leave that. You can journal on that. You've got a dark pen, she sort of says. But I want to add stiffness, because this is all right, this bottom half, because it's got the acetate. But this top bit is just 2 layers of 120 GSM, so I just want it to have a little bit more, so that's why I'm adding a bit more. And then I want to rip that side too. I love the colour that I've managed to get from this tea. It's Must have been the really strong stuff. There, yeah, like you. Yeah, I really like this, and I thought this is a project you could do as an assembly line. Obviously, if you're using thicker paper, I wouldn't have needed to do this, or if you'd backed it like Kirsten did. I hope I've remembered her name right. My memory's shocking, absolutely shocking. I went for a little checkup for long-term conditions, and my blood pressure was a bit elevated. I said, I have just power walked here, and I'm in the surgery. And she said, oh, we'd like you to monitor it for a week. Wow, that was a week ago. If I'd done my blood pressure, not the once. Not the once. So, yeah, I keep forgetting. That was when I used a stencil. I didn't like the result. So, it's all right. I only did it on the 1/2, so it doesn't matter. So this is Carlisle glue, widely available in the UK. Very like Beacon 3-in-1. It's a solvent glue, and when you apply it, done far too much on there. It gives an extra little grammage to your paper, or poundage as you have in the States, isn't it? But the rest of us, I think, are GSM, and yeah, it adds a bit to it, which is why this is good for putting on the back of this flimsy tag, because that's what we want, a little bit of. And I know I'm covering up that beautiful paper, but you can see it on the edges, so it's okay. It is okay. Quite happy with that. What's this? Care plan. Oh, that was for I don't know, computer I bought at some point. There we go. Nice to pick up all these free scrapers from whatever. There we go. So that's that. So now we need the little tag. So I have got some fairly thick book page, and I've just backed it on some brown paper, a brown paper bag. It's a Gusto bag actually, and I think this makes a really nice sort of basis for a tag. I'm gonna cut this at 2. I might be pushing my luck at 2. We'll see. Let's see, will you go down in there? Oh yeah, you will. Right, so then we'll come out at, should we come out at necessary? Is that really necessary? There we go, down to necessary. Yeah. Oh, actually, I want to do it from the top. I know what I want to do. So I've got this. I've got this punch. Somebody asked me about this in a video the other day. They asked me what it was called. It's a retired Stampin' Up! Punch. Can't remember what it was called. Sorry. Right. That's not really helped, Jez. Right. So let's get this measured now. I've only did it like that because when I cut it down small, it'll be harder to get in the punch. So if I'm going to necessary, how much does it measure? It measures about 2 inches. That's what it measures. So put that on the 2-inch line. Perfect. That's what I want. There we go. Right, so I'm going to round the bottom corner of that. We got a nice dilly little tag for the top. Of course, if you haven't got a punch like this, you can make your tops using anything really. Have I got one here? I usually like cut off the corner of one of these to make tab tops. I don't really appear to have one there, but yeah, that's something that I do. You said do-dos. I used to say that as a teacher. Something that you do. I used to have a student go, like a minion. You just said do-dos. I was like, you're 18. You are 18 and you found that funny. But yeah, Minions humour. That's what teenagers have. There we go. So now I want to decorate. So, oh, I've got that circle. That go on it nice. It would completely go on it. And then I could put the hole back in. Is that a bit naff? Yeah, it is actually, Jess. I don't really want to do that. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to do that. So let's have a little bit of, there's my little scrappy doodles from working with this. Like a bit of that. Let's have a bit of that. Bit of that. Bit of that there. Just do a little mini collage. Don't like you. Yeah, stick you on there. That's quite cool. Yeah, I'll have that. What else might I have? I'm thinking I might rip up a bit of this to sort of poke out the side there. Yeah, and then a focal point. You're too big. What about that wee flower there? Wonder if I can fussy cut that. I might try. You're very trying, Jez. You're very trying. So somebody asked me as well about what scissors I use. Well, most of my scissors are Tim Holtz. These are the ones I use for fussy cutting. Right, I'm just going to speed it up while I do this. Right, so we'll just ink round all these bits. And decide if I want some stamping. I do often like a little bit of stamping. So let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go on there. Yeah, I'm going to go on there. You got a nice flower on there. Yeah. So we can see white bits there. So I do want to stamp. So let's get one of my scripty stamps there. Let's put a bit of this on. I think that's the way up you want it, Jess, actually. Not really sure which way up that is. Oh no, if the stroke's coming down, it's that way, isn't it? Yeah, you were right the first time. There we go. So I'm just gonna go like that, and like that. Oh, need a bit at the top there. There. I like that. I might just do that on the back. Yeah, this is getting so much stiffer, which is exactly what I wanted. As it dries, it gets stiffer. I would normally clean that, but I'm not. I'm not, because that's just the way I'm rolling today. Rolling like a river. There we go. And yeah, I'm going to stick those down, and it was almost like I was going to say something else then, and I didn't. Right, now before I stick that down, I think it needs a label. Let me find, I had some labels on here to put up. I can't see them. Let's get some more. So let me find, what can I put? Should we have some? Let's have one of them. Have one of them, Jess. I think I will. They look cool. Shall we have imagination? There we go. And so I hope you're enjoying the collaboration. I think I've watched most of them. Yeah, I think I have. Some great ideas, and it is wonderful to find new people to watch. I've discovered new channels, the ones I've buddied up with. Well, what I already knew Wendy from my first one, but the one that I wasn't supposed to buddy up with was new to me, and this channel, Adventure in Craft and Art, was also new to me. So yeah, it's good. And I like UK based ones because when they mention something you can buy, I can go and buy it. If I watch people from other countries and they mention things that they use, can't buy them. So yeah, that can be a tad frustrating. So yeah. that bit. I love that. I want that one. There we go. There we go. Lovely. So I was supposed to today, my intention was to get on with my swap that I'm making for the Rachel Bell Crafts retreat, but I couldn't do that on account of the fact I realised that I'd done the wrong lemon buddy for my video. So there we go. Although I could, because leaves are the theme for our swaps. I think it's leaves, so I've used leaves in that, so this could actually form part of my swap, maybe, unless I decide I really want to keep it in my journal. I could always make another one like this. There we go. How cute is that? Very, very cute, Jess. So you're going to go in there. And that'll be lush. Yeah. Don't want to put it in there just like that. Right. I'm going to... is it that one that I'd like cut? I cut a bit of it because it was a bit too long. So I cut it long, wide. Wide is what I mean for my tag top. So I just sliced it down a bit. There we are. That'll do nicely. So fold it over. What you might notice, that's curling a bit. So when it's made, I just bung it onto my mat. So just bung it onto something heavy, it flattens it all out. Flattens it nicely, it do. Flattens it nicely. There we go. Might cut you down, tad. Bit long. We'll go. Yep. So like you a lot. Put you in there. Right, so now I just want to decorate that tad. So I found some, I got labels. I made these, got a video of me making these. And I've actually got several videos of me making labels. Because I have. So I've used, I'm going to do the same ones. I've used these are Tracy Fox stamps. So yeah, what about that? Yeah, because that can take a bigger one, can't it? Yeah, it can. Even though that says insects. Well, it might be talking about the insects that might be attracted to that flower, maybe. Looking around. Oh. And then I did some of these on scraps of Tim Holtz paper. Oh no, that's postage, Jez. You don't want that. All right then. Sauce. Put that one back. Because I like you. Oh. Put the filed on top. Quite like filed. Oh, what about that one? That better colour. And then I might do like a Tracy Fox thing. Sometimes has labels folded over. She does it in her digitals. I quite like the look. It's quite a good look. Oh, Jez, people are giving up the will to live. You're taking so long. Can't help it. She can. Of course she can, Malcolm. Oh, I found that one. Like you. See, you'd have not seen that if you hadn't been procrastinating over this little lot. I'll go for that. That one actually. Right, let's get these inked. Right, so I've used some faux, this tape, I think it's like heat protected tape. Anyway, it looks really cool on your project because it looks just like vintage tape. I think I've got this linked in my Amazon shop links. You can press on that, go shopping. I get a few pennies, not masses. Don't cost you any extra. I have to tell you that. It's in the rules. So, yeah. So, putting that across there, and then I'm going to have a bit on the back. See, it looks just like old sellotape. Marvellous. Blooming marvellous. Love it. And then we're just going to put that on there like that. I've managed to poke that. Idiot. So there's a bigger space on this to fill. That was quite small, but this one has got a bigger space, so I am there we go. And then we'll stick a bit on the bottom. It's quite long, that bit on the back there. I might cut a bit of that off because it's eating into the journaling bit. So can I pull? I left it too late. Didn't burnish it down, so I might be all right. It would be right, Jess, you could actually grab hold of it. There you go. Yeah, oh yeah, it's pulling a bit off there, so I don't want to go any further. So I'll just take that bit. There, that'll do. So And then I just had this thought, sticking that on the side there, and it coming on the back. I just think it's a cute look. Inspired by Tracy Fox, that. Another brick. So we're getting nice little added interest there on the back. And then what I might do, let's stick a bit of this on there. Like that label's being stuck on. Oh, cooking on gas, Jess. There we go. I think I'm going to leave it at that, because the paper sort of speaking for itself. So that is my little specimen slide journaling card with a tag. I won't be putting that in the title. It's a bit long-winded, that. So that is my little project there. Go over and check out my buddy Adventures in Art and Craft. I'm sure that's what it is. Adventures in Craft and Art. So not art and craft and art, unless I switch that in my head, which I could often do. All right then, hope you like that. All the links are down below, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye for now.